If you want to play at 4K resolution ultra settings and you are looking to buy a new gaming PC, then this video is going to be for you. I will show you the best $2,000 gaming PC build that you can get right now that will give you amazing performance, and I will also show you cheaper PCs that are going to give you about the same level of performance, and all the links to these PCs will be down below in the video description. My name is Valentino, and with that being said, let's start. So we will get into the level of performance for this system in a second, but before doing that I have to show you the specifications for this system. For the CPU, I went with the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, which is arguably the fastest CPU in the entire market. Right now it's going for $344, and this is one of the lowest prices that I've ever seen for the 7800X3D. It's actually pretty similar to the Black Friday prices, so if you're looking for a PC, buying right now is actually a great decision. With the GPU, which is the most important component when it comes to gaming, well, the CPU and GPU are the two most important components, but for the GPU we have the RTX 4080 Super. The RTX 4080 Super is, in my opinion, the second best graphics card in the market overall, right after the RTX 4090. The 4080 Super is the best one when it comes to ray tracing performance, unless you want to spend everything and get the 4090, and as I said before, I will get into the level of performance in a second. For the rest of the components, you get an aftermarket CPU cooler in the Deepcool LS520. This is a 240 all-in-one liquid cooler that is actually, in my opinion, an overkill for this Ryzen 7, because the Ryzen 7 is actually easy to cool, so it's a bit of an overkill, but in my opinion it is nice to have because you will get a nicer aesthetics, and also amazing airflow because you get the Deepcool CH560 for the case. This one is my favorite case in the entire market in terms of price to performance. It is a very premium quality case that's going for $90, and it comes with 4 pre-installed fans, looks beautiful, great airflow, and if you combine this case with the Deepcool CPU cooler, then you are going to be getting a great aesthetic overall, and you can control everything with the Deepcool software, which is amazing. Then you get 2TB of Gen 4 SSD, which is great for gaming and content creation in case you need to transfer bigger files, and you get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, 6000 MHz. Once again, amazing for gaming, but also for content creation and streaming in case you are interested in making some streams or video and photo editing. Then for the motherboard, you get the Gigabyte B650 Aorus Elite AX. This one is my favorite motherboard in terms of price to performance. You get plenty of features for gaming, Wi-Fi included, and you can upgrade the storage down the line if you want, if you ever need more than 2TB. Last but not least, you get an 850 watt power supply in the NZXT CA50. This is a power supply that's A-tier rated, meaning that it's going to be the best quality out there in case you are looking for a power supply that will not hurt your system long term. As I said before, now I'm going to talk about the level of performance that you can get with this system at 4K and also 1440p resolution in case you have a 1440p monitor. With the 4080 Super, you can achieve 85 plus FPS on average on high to ultra settings in very high demanding titles, and I'm talking about one of the latest tests from TechSpot on the 4080 Super, so it's very recent data, and the games that are being tested here, as I said before, are very high demanding. So if you want to play games like Fortnite, Valorant, CS2 and esports shooters in general, you can expect 240 plus FPS on average, 4K resolution, competitive settings. So overall, you are getting basically one of the best systems that you can get for 4K, and if you want to play at 1440p and upgrade to 4K down the line, you will be achieving even higher FPS. If you ask me, I recommend you buying this system for a 4K monitor. But if you just don't want to play at 4K right now and you have $2,000 to spend, then feel free to buy this system, higher FPS, and eventually upgrade down the line if you ever want to upgrade to 4K resolution. Now let's talk about the price for this system and how to make this PC cheaper while maintaining the same level of performance. This system right now is $2,020 when I'm recording this video. Maybe when you're watching this it's a bit more expensive, or maybe it's cheaper depending on the latest prices and availability. That's why I highly recommend you checking the latest prices from the links in the video description. And if you want to make this PC cheaper under $2,000, I recommend you downgrading the CPU cooler to an aftermarket air CPU cooler in the Thermalright Peerless Assassin. This one is a $30 cooler that is going to be sufficient for the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, so you don't have to worry about temps or any of that. It's going to work amazing, and as I said before, the 240 all-in-one liquid cooler is more for aesthetics. And then I recommend you downgrading the case to the Fantex XT Pro Ultra. This one also has 4 pre-installed fans, and it is also great in terms of price performance, going for $70. If you make these 2 downgrades, the total price will be around $1,960, so $60 cheaper than the main PC, and you will be achieving basically the same level of performance, no FPS drops or anything like that. So here you can also expect 85 plus FPS on average when it comes to high to ultra settings in the most high demanding titles. Keep in mind that this is native resolution, so if you turn on DLSS, which is the upscaler from Nvidia, you can expect closer to 100 FPS on average, or even more depending on the game that you want to play and depending on the settings. And then if you want a cheaper system than this one, you can downgrade the graphics card from the 4080 Super to the RX 7900 XTX. What is the difference between Nvidia and AMD? Well, the 4080 Super is more of a complete GPU where you get a better level of ray tracing, you get DLSS, which is the better upscaler in my opinion, even though at 4K resolution it doesn't matter as much because FSR, which is the upscaler from AMD, works really well at 4K, but not as good as DLSS from Nvidia. Usually the 4080 Super is better when it comes to content creation and productivity work applications, so I highly recommend you, if you are a content creator or you want to do content creation on the side, checking the programs that you use and seeing if the AMD GPU is better or the Nvidia one is actually better for your specific program or favorite game. Now, in my opinion, the 4080 Super is worth it over the 7900 XTX because it's around $85 more expensive at the moment, and you get the better graphics card overall. But the 7900 XTX, on the other hand, is actually slightly faster when it comes to rasterized performance, so instead of 85 plus FPS on average in native resolution, you can expect around 93 plus FPS on average. But of course, this is native resolution, as I said before, so if you care about ray tracing, you can expect around 77 FPS on average at 1440p with ray tracing ultra settings from the AMD graphics card, and you can expect around 100 plus FPS on average from the Nvidia graphics card, which is a much faster level of performance if you turn on ray tracing, and it is very similar in terms of performance compared to 4K resolution with DLSS on. If you turn on DLSS and ray tracing at the same time, then you can also expect around 90 to 100 plus FPS on average, once again depending on the game. So yes, maybe this is a bit confusing, but to make your decision easier, I would recommend you getting the Nvidia 4080 Super if you either care about ray tracing, or if you want to play with DLSS on, or if you're a content creator. If you are just going to do native resolution gaming and you want to save up money, then go with the 7900 XTX, and the price is going to be under $1,900 if you make this downgrade. And if you need personal PC help, I have an entire PC community that's going to be the top link in the description. If you enjoyed this video and found valuable information, please leave a like and subscribe. It's going to help me grow a lot, and I appreciate you if you do that. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.